My thing is that if we want to lower abortion rates, we should focus on things that actually will lower them instead of making them illegal. Because if you make it illegal, we've seen this every single time. They will seek out those services, and it makes the issue worse. So instead of just making the entire thing illegal and making the issue worse, or them having children that they didn't want and treating them a certain way because that was an actual issue when abortions were illegal, we should work on ways that will actually lower abortions. And the thing that lower abortions is alleviation of poverty and better sex education and more access to contraceptives. So if we do those things, we will lower abortion rates. So why not just do that instead of just making it illegal? You haven't answered that question yet. All right, Goddess, you're up next. Michael, I saw you when I went live earlier. I'm glad that you're back. And Ethan, you may be my last guest for tonight. All right, Goddess, how's it going? You did say that you disagreed. What did you disagree with and why?
Just a few here. I got a little bias about it's number 4, number 6, and number 9.
Sure.
I feel like number 4, it's like the rights, right? Abortion rights. Right to do what? Right to unalive. So, and especially when it comes to my community, be okay. It's like the number 1 death in our community. Nearly like 43 Black BLK babies that will die, or well, they'll be unalive from AB, opposed to 100 births, live births we give. So it's like when our population is already real low about BLK here in America. So I'm totally against that, opposed to it being a medical issue or incest or R, opposed to that. But any other reason just to do it because you have the right to, I don't agree with that.
Okay,
And
one.
then because it's like, why are you using unaliving something opposed to you doing preventative things that could prevent it, like protection or plan B, things of that nature, or just abstinence. Don't have sex with someone that you're not committed to or marrying. You're using it as contraceptive at this point because it's not the statistics are not showing that everyone that are getting these ABs they are raped or is incest or you know what I mean. It's just you're doing it because you have the right to do it, and I don't think it's right
Right.
at all
I can
because it's
understand
not your
that.
body. You
Right.
have
I
another
can.
life in your body.
Right. I can
So
understand that you don't think that it's right, but that doesn't mean that the right shouldn't exist just because you don't like it.
I don't like it. It's just it's a mind thing to it's a mind fuck. They're telling you it's okay to do it, and you being just mind fucked to thinking that it's okay to unalive your own child that you
Who's they?
produce. It's just the society, CIA, the people who runs the world, the media.
The CIA
They're
told us to have abortions.
well, not the CIA. Well, I don't want to go deep into that because I don't want people to start, But like I said, the media, society, westernized society. What's the norm? Be okay. It's okay to Democrats. It's okay to unalive your babies.
Are black
It's
people the
okay
only
to
people
put
who get
these
abortions?
clinics in your neighborhoods. We're not gonna put
Hold on.
fertility. We're gonna put.
Got to slow down for a second. Are black people the only one who get abortions?
Hear you.
Are black people the only ones who get abortions?
No, they're not. But they are the high. They're the highest rate in our community as far as deaths in our
All right.
community
Why are we the highest rate?
and deaths.
Not
Why
in
are we
death.
doing that? I don't
I'm not.
understand why.
I'm talking about like yeah. Well, when it comes to pure numbers, it's actually white women who get more abortions. But when it comes to
No,
proportion,
no,
no.
they
When it comes,
don't.
all right.
They don't.
When it comes to proportions, yes, it's black women who are at a higher rate, right? But when I ask why, there's actually a reason why, right? When we look at all
Okay,
women who
38.
get
Let me just give you
can
the numbers.
I got you. Hold on. I
38.4% is
got you. I
black
got you.
and
I got you.
33% of
Right,
white
right.
people.
I understand.
And they're
I
more.
understand.
They're the majority of us.
I
Okay.
understand. I understand. When I'm talking about why it happens, right? When we look into the research on who is getting the most abortions, is usually the women who are the least educated and poorer, right? So if we go in when we have better sex education, and when we have alleviation of poverty, you see a lot more less abortion rates, right? So instead of making the entire thing illegal, why not just focus on those things?
So it's okay because you're a little slow and you don't got that much money. It's okay to tell somebody that's a little slow and don't got that much money. It's okay to kill off your offspring. That's not okay with me. Okay, we can go past it. We won't agree
No, we're not
with
gonna go
it
past that.
because
Because
I'm not
you
okay with
kind of
that.
you didn't actually understand what I said. I didn't say just because you're stupid and slow, you have to have an abortion. That's not what I said. I said that the people that the women that we see get the most abortions are the ones who are least educated and are poor. So if we work on education and we work on poverty, we would see less abortions, right?
Right, but that's not the women that I see. The women in my communities, in my neighborhoods with these BBLs, they're out having sex, not married, being promiscuous out here in the world, sleeping with different men and getting abortions because they're able to do it. They're using it as a contraceptive.
All
I'm
right,
just telling you in
but
my
that's not.
community.
I got you.
But
I
you're
got you.
telling me what we
That's in your
see. This is
community.
what
But
I see. I'm
hey,
just
hey,
telling you what I see.
goddess. I'm also
Okay.
black. I'm also
I
black. You see
know.
this, right? Okay.
Yeah.
So yeah,
But you're asking
I
me what we
understand.
see.
I understand
I
what you
don't see
see.
what you
I
see.
understand what you see in the community. What I'm saying is that
Hmm.
just because that happens in around your area or what you see does not
Or what
mean
I
that's the
know.
case. That does not mean that's actually the case for the entire population, right? It's not the
Yeah, I
entire
said
case for the
that
whole
already.
population. Okay, so
Oh.
I understand. I understand that there are women out there who just use it as contraceptive. That's all good
Hmm.
and well, right?
It's
My
not
thing is
good and
that if we
well.
want to listen to what I'm saying, my
Okay.
thing is that if we want to lower abortion rates, we should focus on things that actually will lower them instead of making them illegal. Because if you make it illegal, we've seen this every single time. They will seek out those services, and it makes the issue worse. So instead of just making the entire thing illegal and making the issue worse, or them having children that they didn't want and treating them a certain way because that was an actual issue when abortions were illegal, we should work on ways that will actually lower abortions. And the thing that lower abortions is alleviation of poverty and better sex education and more access to contraceptives. So if we do those things, we will lower abortion rates. So why not just do that instead of just making it illegal? You haven't answered that question yet.
Well, why not just do that? Because a lot of people take advantage of the system like they do with everything else. Okay. Yeah, it would be good. It would be a great world just to say that. Like, let's have this available for these people that are unavailable to this type of information and these the system that's able to help you, these things that are available for us. Okay. Yeah, I'm sympathetic for that. But the people take advantage of the system. And these numbers that we're seeing, these are mostly women that are taking advantage of the system because they have the right to do so. Because they told them it's okay. It's not the people that are getting raped or all the the people that we're advocating for that this research this stuff will be good for them. It's not those people that I'm talking about. I'm saying the simple fact that this is available for you, these people are taking advantage of this, and they're unaliving their children because of the lack of education.
All
Okay,
right, but so
that's all.
if we actually fixed education, sex
Mm-hmm.
education,
It'll
have
be
more
better.
access
I
to
think
have
it'll be better.
exactly, so it will be better. So
Mm-hmm.
why not just do that instead of making it
We can do
illegal?
that too. But education starts from home because we're always seeking out education from others to raise our children. And that's not okay when this society is not made to uplift the BLK community. And
Hmm.
this world is not made to make us the on top. We're the great. We have to know that we're great. So we have to educate our kids from inside. They're not going to tell us that because they're going to manipulate us because that's what they do
There's no
for
problem with
television.
educating from inside. What I'm saying is
Yes,
that when it comes to
exactly.
there's no
Being
problem.
educated.
I don't have any issue with educating from inside.
Mm-hmm.
But the issue that I have is that we know that education from home is not always the best education because there are parents who lie to
Right.
kids, right?
Right,
So
but we're
when
talking
you
about
say
education. We're talking
I understand.
about
I understand.
education.
Right.
Okay.
I understand that
Correct.
education.
It
I
don't matter
understand
who it's
that.
coming from.
Can I finish, Goddess? We can start from home, right? But that doesn't mean that they're always going to get the best information. There are still parents out there who said you get pregnant through kissing, and that's incorrect information. So we it's not always that it just got to start from home. Forget about the rest of education. We got to make sure that they're getting the correct information and they're getting the resources, right? So what I'm
Right,
saying is
right.
that my idea actually lowers abortions, and we actually have documented evidence to show that when sex education got better, when we alleviated poverty and we had more access to contraceptives, we saw less abortions instead of just making it illegal.
What I noticed when they put sex ed into the schools, when I was looking at different statistics that online, they were showing that kids were more likely into having more smacks and having more babies once you put that inside of the schools when they was in elementary and junior high. They
There's no data
started
that
so
shows that.
young. No, there's data. You just look it up. I will look up the sources here, and I
Okay, yeah,
can
sure. I'll
type
look it
it.
up right now.
I'll send it to you.
I'll look it up right
Okay.
now.
Yes. Once they
But
started
hold
putting
on. Wait,
sex ed
let
into the
me.
schools,
Let me.
kids became more sexually active.
I got you. Let me go ahead and put
hmm
this in. So you said
hmm
that sex education makes kids more sexually active.
No, once they started it, you'll look at the status, right? The statistics went before, right? How many kids were sexually active, having babies, and the so forth, right? And then you look at after sex education been in school, and look at how long it's been there, and how much more the children were more sexually active
Is
after.
there still sex education in school right now?
Yeah, it is.
So teens
I
are,
believe so, but I don't
and
believe that the school should
hold on,
teach a kid
wait,
about
hold on. Listen to
sex.
my question. There's still sex education in
hmm
schools right now, and kids are less sexually active than my generation. So how do you explain that?
No, they
Yes,
are
they are.
because now they're putting all type of stuff in the
Hold on,
schools.
goddess,
They put.
goddess. Listen,
Oh,
listen.
okay.
I'm a millennial, right? We had sex education in school when I was a millennial. Gen Z has sex education. Gen Z is a lot less sexually active than millennials, and we both had sex education. So how do you explain that?
Know who they are. They can't even tell you what the heck the what's a woman. They can't even tell you anything. Gen Z is so effed up. What are you talking about? I look
That's
at
not what's going on
people.
with Gen Z. Hold on,
Okay, all right, all
listen to
right.
my
You
actual
look at
question.
what you look at. I look
Goddess,
at what
goddess,
I look
goddess,
at.
goddess.
I
Listen to
don't
my actual
agree.
question. Guys, listen to my
Okay.
actual question. Listen to my actual question. Gen Z is less sexually active than millennials, and we both had
Okay.
sex education. If what you claim was true, that would not be the case, but it is. The second
Okay.
thing that I would say is that Gen Z are more open to accepting transgender individuals. That does not
I'm
mean
not
that
just
Gen Z
saying
doesn't
that.
know who they are.
Not. I'm not saying that. Nothing about just
You
teens. I'm
just
not
said
saying
that they
that.
don't know who
I
they
said
are.
some. They can't even tell you what a woman is.
They can, they just have a different definition than you. So what?
Okay, can we just go past this question? Can we go to a different number, please?
Sure.
We won't agree. All right, so the prison industry abolished. I agree with you on that one. It should be abolished because it should be a rehabilitation facility for people who goes in that are incarcerated and they maybe did theft or had got caught with drugs or things like that. It should be a rehabilitation facility. It
Agreed.
should not be prison, and it should be abolished. I agree with you on that.
Okay, agreed.
Okay. And then reparations. Reparations for who?
For black Americans.
Who deserves reparations? Come on now. Tell me
For
who.
black Americans. For slavery, for
Who?
redlining, for Jim Crow, for the war
Okay.
on drugs.
Okay. So how will we deter would black Americans get it? Like how can we deter would BLK people came from slaves? How can we deter that when we already were here? So you how will we deter the people that came supposedly on a boat from Africa that was sold from our own people to the YT man? How do we deter that we came from that boat? Like, come on now. It doesn't make sense. And then if we get it, why can't slave masters, the white team man that came from slave masters, get any reparations? Like, does that make sense? It does not make
Yeah,
sense,
it makes
honey.
plenty of sense. The
Okay.
way that we determine that is through records. We have
Records? Oh,
hey,
okay.
let me finish, goddess, please. The way that we determine that is through records, right? Like you see the flag on my profile. My dad came over here in the 1970s, so my obviously my family wouldn't get it. But if your family has been here since 1619, you will get it. And we have records. We have the slave ships. We have the records of slavery. We know who came over here. That's not a problem to do. There's also DNA. We can just run DNA on everybody, and we know who will be African American. That's number two. Number
Oh,
three, no, the slave masters, children of slave masters wouldn't get it because they
okay.
were the children of slave masters. They benefited from
hmm
slavery. Why would they get it? Number three
What
is
if
like
they
I said
poor white
before.
team men to today?
Number three, like I said before, it would also be for things like redlining. Redlining was a program that deliberately made African Americans poor, like deliberately. It was targeted towards them. So the government was involved in damaging the African American community. Why shouldn't they fix it?
I disagree with that. We agree to disagree.
Wait, you
Yeah,
disagree that the government was
it
involved
doesn't make
in
it doesn't
damaging
make
the
sense
African
to
American
me.
community? Hold on. You
Yeah,
disagree? Wait, hold on. Goddess.
I don't agree
Did the
whatever
government,
happened in
Goddess,
the
God,
past
listen, listen,
happened.
listen, 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 listen. Listen to my
Okay,
question. Was the government involved in damaging the African American community? Were they involved in doing that?
say that. And were the
Why?
BOK
Okay, hold on, wait, hold on,
involved in their
Goddess,
own
guys. It's a yes or
demo?
no.
Okay,
African American, I mean, the government was involved in damaging the African American community, right?
some would
Okay,
deter.
so why shouldn't they fix that?
Hey, that's your belief. I don't believe that they should.
Okay, why not? Why shouldn't
We're free today. We're able to
why
do whatever we can today.
why shouldn't the government fix what they broke?
I don't know. Ask the government that.
No, I'm asking you
Okay.
because you believe that
They
you
can't.
say you believe that
I
it
don't believe
shouldn't.
we deserve reparations. It just doesn't make sense to me. We're free today. What happened in the past had to happen for us to be where we're at today,
No, it didn't have
and
to.
that's
It didn't
how
have
I
to
see
happen.
it. Yeah, it didn't have to happen. Yeah, it did have to
No, it
happen.
didn't. Slavery didn't have to happen. Redlining didn't have to
We'll
happen.
still
Jim
be
Crow didn't have to happen.
enslaved, and we'll still be. We wouldn't be able to
Hold on,
read. We wouldn't be able to do
Jim Crow
anything.
didn't have to happen. Slavery didn't have to happen. Redlining didn't have
It
to
had
happen.
to. Look
Why?
at we're free today, talking about whatever the hell we want to talk
Yes,
about
but that
today.
doesn't mean
On
that
the
those things had to
exactly
happen.
that had to happen.
No,
It
it
did.
didn't.
Everybody has to be enslaved. It always has to be a boss and then someone that worked for you.
All
It always,
right. So we're gonna go ahead and move on, y'all. So saying that slavery had to happen is kind of crazy work. All right, Michael, how's it going? You were on.